Hey George, you suck. Our George is better. We're separating from your oppressive grasp, and this is not a phase. Here are all the reasons why we are doing this, and this is for real. I'm leaving. Bye. The Declaration of Independence is essentially the first foundational document of AP US government, written by Thomas Jefferson. It basically serves to tell the British government that the US is seceding and why they're doing so. First off, the Declaration of Independence lists that all men are created equal, with natural rights that can't be taken away. Life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. Does that sound familiar? In world history, we learned a bit about John Locke. He described natural rights of life, liberty, and property to pertain to all individuals, and the government exists to protect those rights. Therefore, it is within the 13 colonies' limits to withdraw their allegiance from the British. Now, does that sound familiar? Jefferson referenced Thomas Hobbes' social contract, to which a government derives its power from the people. Without the consent of the government has no right to rule. All of this is why the colonies feel that it is within their jurisdiction to cut off ties with Britain. So the next part is the list of grievances, evidence to back up their claim. There are parallels to our current government from this list. Among these are: he has made judges dependent on his will alone for the tenure of their office and the amount and payment of their salaries. When designing the Supreme Court, our founding fathers made sure that the justices served lifelong terms so they would not be influenced by whoever's currently in power and other factors. For quartering large bodies of armed troops among us. For imposing taxes on us without our consent. For depriving us in many cases of the benefits of trial by jury. For suspending our own legislatures and declaring themselves invested with the power to legislate for us in all cases whatsoever. Was repealed. The Parliament instilled the Declaratory Act, which basically meant that the Parliament can override state governments and their legislatures, which severely compromised their sovereignty. During the draft of the Constitution, the Founding Fathers came up with a system in which national and state governments would work independently of one another. More on that on our federalism video. Because of all the grievances we faced, because of the inability of the British government to properly manage the colonies, the states are now granted with the power to govern for themselves independently of the British government. That's a summary of the Declaration of Independence. Hope you learned something.